It's now my pleasure to introduce to you the Commissioner of the Vermont Department of Corrections, Andrew Pallito.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 105th graduation of the Vermont Correctional Academy. I want to start out by thanking our Correctional Academy staff who work really hard during these periods of our academy classes, and I know the personal sacrifices that many of them make, and they take it very serious, and they continue to turn out some of the best employees in state government that I see. This is a particularly big class, and I know it's hard enough to teach small classes, and bigger classes are even more so, so I want to thank our staff. I'll start out by saying that you're now about to enter a job with an employer that during the worst economic times this country's seen in a long period of time continues to hire. For those of you who are going into permanent jobs or about to go into permanent jobs or have an opportunity to have a permanent job, full benefits, contractual benefits, time off. So that's the good news. There's steady advancement for those of you who have your eye on a career ladder or a long-term growth in your career. There are many people who are amongst the senior management structure of this organization that sat where you are 15 or 20 years ago. I started as a pay grade 19 in the Agency of Human Services in 1992. So this is an employer that will offer a lot of advancement, a lot of training opportunities, and I really encourage you to take advantage of those. The counter to that is when you look at the mission and the vision and the work that we have to do as a department, it is really, really, really hard. Often you'll have order-ins, you'll have order-overs, you'll have transports that come in at the last minute. You'll be given detail that, frankly, can be really tough. You'll be watching offenders in hospitals. There are all kinds of things that go on that you're going to see in your day-to-day life that many of your fellow state employees just don't come in contact with. It's going to have an effect on your family. It's going to have an effect on you. The good news is, I believe, that you have an opportunity in these jobs to affect something much bigger than you are. And when you look back, when you get to kind of our age, and you look back at the work that you did, I think you'll be pleased with what you were able to do. You're going to oversee people who, for a lot of reasons, have made a lot of bad decisions throughout their life, and they come into our custody, and many of them will come to realize through time that they want to make a difference and they want to get back in, and they're genuine about it, and we provide those opportunities, and you guys are the front-end role models for those offenders, and I encourage you to take that serious, because what they see in you every day, consistently, day in and day out, will ultimately affect how we are when we're at home in our communities, because these offenders, 90-something% of these offenders will be back in our communities at some point, and that is the most important link that you can make. You're their portal for everyday life. So it's an important job, and it's a job with a lot of payback that's not monetary, but it is tough. And so I encourage you to be balanced, think of the long term, and just do your job and stay focused. And I ultimately welcome you to the Department of Corrections, so thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Secretary of Human Services, Rob Hofmann, who was actually the commissioner of this department for almost 4 years, and he had the unique experience of running the department, so I know he understands our challenges. You heard from him during your academy class, and he actually was promoted up to the secretary of the overall agency, which you have learned about during your academy class. So without any further words, I'd like to introduce Rob Hofmann.
Thank you, Andy. I'll break the solemnity of this occasion for a second to give you a little sense of what we might whisper to each other up here in the front of the room. When Robert was giving the class address, he mentioned pepper-haired man, and I was hoping, and Andy was really hoping, that he was talking about him, and then there was a certain letdown that I could feel, an audible sigh from Andy when he realized. But Just want to briefly welcome you. This is a department, as Andy mentioned, that I had the distinct honor to lead for 4 years. It's one that, because of the intensity of the work that you are signing on for, the intensity of the work that our colleagues that are in the audience do, the bonds are deep. It's not for everyone, but I often say to people, it's the most important thing I've ever done in my life. And it's challenging. It's challenging for the families. I welcome and salute the families in their support of you. It's one that they're great opportunities. I mean, I am where I am now because of the opportunity in the Department of Corrections, and I'm really here because of the great work that so many people within the department have done that gave us some wins, gave us some losses, but was instrumental in a lot of personal growth for me and the opportunity that the governor gave me in terms of leading the agency. You're going to have the same opportunity as Andy indicated. You're going to be challenged. You're going to have the opportunity to potentially save someone's life, physically save someone's life in the course of your work, and you've been trained for that. You're going to certainly have the opportunity to deflect the trajectory of somebody's life, somebody that's on a path to misery and self-destruction. You are going to have the opportunity to be a role model, as was mentioned. You're not going to win all the time. Some people are going to be resistant to that. It's going to be hard. You'll have failures, but you will have successes. There are people in the audience who I know who ex-offenders have said to me that they have had a tremendous impact on their lives. And you're going to have that same opportunity yourself. And you're going to have, finally, just the opportunity for growth. I mean, it will be based on merit, whether it be your initial permanent slot that you get. I'm counting on all the superintendents and senior facility staff in the audience to make sure that your growth is based on merit. But if you've got the capabilities, there's a lot of opportunity for advancement. The people in the audience and people on the stage here are a reflection of that opportunity. So I'll just conclude by reiterating my welcome to you joining the department. It's a wonderful department made up of great people, and it's great to have you on board. Thank you.